Hi, I'm Joy,
Hi, I'm Lorraine.
and this is Girlish Gurus. And Lorraine, why are we here?
We're here to talk about mid-lifestyle topics for women who are 45 and older to help you live your best, healthiest, and most fulfilled life. We're also going to have lots of fun along the way.
So let's get started. Welcome back to another episode of Girlish Gurus. I'm Joy.
And I'm Lorraine.
Oh, Lorraine, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about biohacking our health, and specifically maybe even for menopause. But before we get started, and before I even explain what that is, I just wanted to tell everybody that this is for educational purposes only. This is not medical advice, not meant to be taken as medical advice. We are not doctors.
Nope.
And before you try any of these techniques, you should check with your healthcare provider. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's my little spiel on
Well,
that.
that's important to say that.
Oh, yeah.
Just
yeah.
take it from the lawyer. Your disclaimer is important.
So what exactly is biohacking? It's all over the news. It's
All the
all over the
rage.
internet, Instagram reels. There's all the health gurus, and I've been like so fascinated with it for so long. And specifically for me, I'm fascinated with it, not so much for looking younger, although a lot of people want to use biohacking for that, but I want to be able to do things forever. I want to be active.
I want to feel good.
I want to feel good,
Right.
have that longevity. So what is biohacking? So I am on a website called thisisperimenopause.com. Because I specifically wanted to look for ways people were using biohacking for their menopause symptoms. Mm-hmm. So in this article, she writes, biohacking is a growing practice that combines technology and lifestyle to optimize your health. It takes a systematic approach to your health and fitness to figure out what's best for your body. Biohacking involves experimenting with advanced nutrition, exercise, and cutting-edge techniques like nootropics and meditation. And many of these are evidence and research-based, scientifically researched. Before we get into some of the different biohacking techniques, I just wanted to also say that there is a controversy that surrounds some of it because a lot of people are doing things that maybe haven't been tested, and they're testing it on themselves without any safety measures. So before you decide to try one of these things, be sure there is science-backed evidence and research behind it, and that it is safe for you to try, safe
Right.
to use. Okay.
Use your best judgment here. Don't go eating some type of parasite that you ship in from somewhere, like it's going to help your microbiome or something. That's not good.
No, we want things that have been proven safe,
Right.
and have evidence-based research behind them. Mm-hmm. And also what I wanted to say, one other thing is, these are things that we want to add on to our health
Regimen.
regimen.
What
right.
we're doing right now.
Right. But if you're not doing the basics, like eating whole foods and eliminating all the crap, moving your body,
Getting
maybe
exercise, yep.
exercise, reducing stress, if you're not doing those
Sleeping
things,
well, yep.
right. Biohacking is not a
Substitution for
right,
those things.
Right.
Yes.
It's not like a get healthy quick scheme.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
we want to make sure we're doing all those good things first. And these are things that you can add on as a benefit for your body.
Right.
So in her article, she suggests some of these things for biohacking your menopause. There are tons of tools that you can use for your sleep quality, fitness, diet, and blood sugar, because all of those things affect our symptoms during menopause. So there are apps specifically for cycle tracking. So if you are in the perimenopause stage and you want to track how your cycles are going and really see if they're stopping, if they're becoming irregular, because those are symptoms of perimenopause, you can use some of these apps. So she suggests to do a Google search for free menopause trackers. And that way you can track your cycle, fill in all your information, and then you'll know kind of like what to look for as
Right.
you're going through perimenopause. And it also helps you track your symptoms like brain fog, low libido, anxiety, memory, sleep problems, and all of that. So just Google free menopause trackers.
Search for free menopause trackers in the App Store. Well, depending on what device you have.
Right. And then also sleep. So there are different apps you can use to track your sleep, or things that you can wear like a Fitbit, or I think the Aura Ring is one of them, which we'll talk a little bit about that later. That kind of tracks everything.
What about your Apple Watch? Would that work too?
Yeah. So any wearable device, you can track your sleep. Personally, I don't like wearing anything as I sleep, but I know a lot of people do, and it helps them track their sleep.
Yeah.
But you'll pretty much know if you're sleeping or not.
True. I know it right now. I can tell you.
Yeah. And of course, there are different things we can do for that too.
Right.
But this is just like one added benefit of using a device. Also using blue light blocking glasses and screen filters. So that'll help with our circadian rhythm, with trying to get to sleep at night, because we want to block those rays to be able to turn off our brains and be sure that our circadian rhythm is working right. You're getting the sleep that you need. You're getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night, 7 to 8. But also be sure, and this is very important for your circadian rhythm, that you are getting 15 minutes of sunlight, of morning sunlight.
Oh, okay. So here, we got to talk about this for a second.
If you can.
You know I'm not a morning person.
I know.
And there's days when I don't get outdoors until like 11 o'clock.
Maybe you and I need to make a pact. When we get up in the morning, because I'm bad at this too. I do get up kind of early, but I never make it outside to the sunlight. But what if we make a cup of coffee as soon as you get up and just sit outside on your porch with it? No sunglasses, and we let the sunlight come to 15 minutes, just 15 minutes.
In theory, that is a great plan. Okay? I think maybe what I could do is open my window, open my shades. I don't know if that's going to be sufficient, but that's the best thing I can do.
Yeah.
I can open my shades and sit there with a cup of coffee. I will try that.
Okay.
That's the best I can give you.
Okay. And I will go on my porch. Actually, I will go out on the patio in the sunlight for 15 minutes, just 15 minutes.
I'll try.
Okay.
I'll try.
We can do it.
I will
We can do it.
try.
So that's our own little biohacking that we're going to start.
I'm going to try. And here's another good thing, okay? While you're biohacking, it might not be a bad idea to get an accountability partner, because some of these things, if it's not already like pre-programmed into your routine, it could be hard to add this kind of thing on top of it. Already, we are so busy. No matter who you are, no matter how old you are, no matter if you've got kids at home still, whatever, we're all busy for the most part. We're really busy. And so it might not be a bad idea to get an accountability partner to help you learn these new biohacking processes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to try that. And again, like we said before, if you're not already working to have good sleep hygiene, then a biohack is not going to
Right. You need to be
help.
Going to bed or maybe an hour earlier than you normally do, and reducing the screen time before you go to
Oh,
sleep.
boy. You're killing me.
Having a sleep routine. Mine is like my skincare routine. So that takes me about 15 minutes. So that's like a good way just to like deprogram myself and just feel good and get ready for bed. And then I like to read now rather than watch TV when I get in bed.
Yeah. There again, that time between dinner and when I'm finally just so tired I've got to go to sleep, that's the only time I have that's really belongs to me. That's really mine. So that's hard.
That's tech time for you. Yeah.
I edit, I write, I do all of those things that involve screens. So I can see right off the bat, here we're practically, 5 minutes into the podcast here, already I've hit a biohacking wall. Anyway, we'll try to work on that, ladies, or anyone who's listening. You know, you can try to work on it with me.
Yeah.
Here, let me know in the comments what you're doing to solve this problem.
I know. And I know as a health coach, I know things that I could suggest for you to try.
Here it comes. I'm getting coached.
We kind of shift your circadian rhythm so that those tech things are happening maybe in the morning.
No, Lorraine, you're killing me. Anyway,
I know.
I have actually been getting up earlier and going to bed earlier recently. Yeah.
Good.
Oh, look. I'm getting a look like, you know you should be doing it.
Hey, listen, we all have our thing, right?
Yeah.
We do the best we can until we know better, and then we do better.
That's right. And that, in turn, leads to more coffee consumption.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, I know.
Yep. Okay. So
we talked about wearable technology, all the things that we can do for our sleep, and actually there's now a lot of people are using those glucose monitors. Yeah. So to help with glucose spikes. So you know exactly when to eat, what to eat, and how that affects what's happening in your body. Another thing, sound machines. So this is a great way to fall asleep. And I did buy, I think it's called the Hatch. And I started using it. I went away, I think, and I stopped, and I just haven't put it back on. But it has like music to wake you in the morning rather than some kind of an alarm. For the most part, I don't need it, but it's a nice way to wake up very softly. It has almost like a light that comes on too that simulates sunlight to wake you up in the morning. So it's like a soft, easy way to wake up. So those are nice things. And also to go to sleep, having different sounds to listen to relax you and go to sleep. So that's a great way to get better sleep. And then there are different devices to use for weight loss. And I know you and I have used our lumens.
Our lumens.
And this is how to hack your metabolism. And we'll talk a little bit about that later. But that's one thing that you can use to help with weight loss. And weight loss specifically for our health. Of course, we always feel like we fit in our clothes better and maybe we
vanity
look better.
Weight loss,
Right. But really it should be, if you're concentrating on weight loss, it should be for your health.
Right.
I mean, because you want to be able to just do all the things. Feel good, have a long health span versus disease span. So that's where we want to concentrate on that. And of course, there are apps for tracking weight loss and
tons of them.
Yeah. So Fitbit, Noom, MyFitnessPal, there's tons of them. And I'm sure many of you are probably using those already. Another health hack, longevity, biohacking thing, intermittent fasting. And I've been like researching this and kind of playing with it myself. And I'm not sure for myself yet if I feel comfortable with it. So I've been doing the between 12 to 16 hour fastings where I don't have breakfast and then I'll eat in a shorter window. When I first started doing it, I did feel like I had a lot more energy and I think I plateaued. So if you're interested in doing that, I mean, there are many benefits to intermittent fasting. I mean, there are proven benefits. And actually, I wrote down a few here. It has been proven to lower insulin levels, help cell repair damaged tissues, protects from diseases. So there are many benefits to intermittent fasting and you got to have to play with it. I think most of it is like the 12-hour fast where you don't eat after 8 o'clock at night and not before 8 o'clock in the morning.
Right, which is what I do. I don't eat in that 12-hour window. I just don't.
And I honestly think that works better for me too.
Yeah.
Because I go to Pilates in the morning and sometimes I think if I haven't eaten something, I have low energy. Some of the literature I've read said eventually your body kind of gets used to it and accommodates whatever your eating habits are and you'll have the energy, but I haven't experienced that yet. So I think that 12-hour window actually works better for me.
Well, for me, the way I've been doing it, I just don't eat after 8 o'clock. And the next morning, sometimes I eat 7:30, depending on what I have to do. I've got to have a little bit of something first thing because otherwise by 10:30-ish, I am
crashing.
Oh, not only am I crashing, I'm getting hangry.
Yeah.
I'm starving.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start chewing on something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to have something. Yes.
Well, David Asprey, who is a very prominent health guru, he is all about fasting and biohacking. He actually wrote a book. I don't have the title in front of me here, but it's
we'll put it in the notes.
Yeah. And he has biohacking supplements that he offers, like bulletproof coffee and collagen protein and those kind of things. If you find that fasting isn't good for you, if intermittent fasting, there are different other ways to biohack. But again, check with a healthcare provider, and especially even with intermittent fasting, if you have any kind of health conditions, you want to be sure before you start that it's okay with your doctor for you to be doing that.
You can really get yourself into trouble if you have a condition this could affect. So make sure you're checking with your doctor. Yeah.
And then for fitness, like we said, there are wearables for doing your, like if you want to track your walking and your exercise. And
how many steps.
Yep. And when we use the Lumen, that kind of like tracks your fitness too. And the Lumen, well, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
We'll talk about each of those little things.
Yeah. Before that. Yeah.
Okay. And then there are workout apps that you can also look. So basically any kind of exercise movement apps, glucose apps, weight loss apps. You can find those all in the App Store. Google them. Look for the best if you want free. I'm sure if you just Google free apps, you'll find plenty. So another biohacking technique is infrared light therapy.
Now this I'm interested in because I've seen a lot of it on Instagram and other social media platforms, but I really don't know much about it.
So I'll just read a little bit about what they explain here. I have used the infrared.
Right. I saw that you had some type of a tool. Right.
Yeah, for my face. So it helps like with inflammation and redness and different things on your face. I think it should help with fine lines and wrinkles if that's your thing too. According to this article, these are benefits of it. From detoxifying and reducing muscle tension to boosting immunity and improving circulation, the benefits are endless. It is also believed to increase collagen in our skin, and this helps to reduce wrinkles, improve our skin texture, and make us look more fabulous, according to this article.
Fabulous.
And it uses waves of light on inflamed or diseased human body tissue, right? So that it helps with all of that. And there are all different devices. There are the ones that I don't know, you've probably seen the masks.
Yeah, it's like a mask,
In the infrared saunas, they also have added red light technology to that. So you can do like whole body
interesting
red light therapy. There's now, I saw they have caps. So if you have hair loss or thinning hair, they now make baseball caps with the infrared light in it that supposedly helps with that too. They're kind of expensive because I've been looking at them. They're kind of expensive, but they have any kind of infrared light therapy you want, they have it. From mats to saunas to masks. They even have them for your neck and décolleté.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen that before, like a chest plate. Yes, and for your hands.
Yeah.
Like gloves. Yeah.
Yeah. So for anywhere in your body that you have inflammation or aging skin or skin conditions that it can possibly help with. They also have so there's a device called Joylux, which I have on my website, which actually helps with vaginal tissue. It's red light therapy that can help with vaginal dryness and also elasticity of the vaginal and vulva area. So it's supposedly good to help with that too.
Some type of wearable thing. Interesting.
Yeah. So there's plenty of things that you can use all over your body with red light therapy. Again, check with that doctor.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then, of course, for your mental health, there's meditation and breathing exercises and all of those kind of things that can help with helping you to reduce stress levels and help with mood. And especially during perimenopause when anxiety and depression can be off the charts, those kind of things can help with that. So breath work, meditation, even yoga and Pilates can help with that. Gratitude journaling is another one. These are like very simple things that you can do that can benefit your stress levels, cortisol levels, and your mood.
Yeah, go check out the last episode on glimmers. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yes, glimmers is a big one.
Yeah, well, yeah,
so
for sure.
You'll want to definitely check that out. They have sensory deprivation. Now, I have not tried this.
Oh, I would love to.
Okay, so we have to find out where that is. We'll tell you what we did do this week, which is very exciting. But so try floating in a sensory deprivation tank. I don't know that I could do this.
Oh, I totally could do it.
Now, if you're claustrophobic, can you do this?
Well, I do have a little claustrophobia thanks to the fact that my siblings put me inside an end table when I was a kid, when I was 5 or 6, because I was so little and they thought it was funny and they shoved me in an end table. And you know what I'm talking about? Those boxes with the doors that were popular back in the 70s.
Yeah.
And yeah, ever since that, I have been a little claustrophobic. Yes, those demon siblings of mine. I love them all. I'm just kidding. So I am a little bit claustrophobic, but I would still be happy to try it. And the reason is because for many years back in college, I was a scuba diver and I conquered a little bit of the claustrophobia because it was terrifying to me initially to put the mask and the regulator on. It really triggered my claustrophobia a little, but I was eventually able to control it and get over it.
Okay.
So I would love to try it.
See, now, exactly what you just said just gave me anxiety because we have gone snorkeling, and for exactly that reason, I can't even do the snorkeling. No, I can't go underwater. And when I was a kid, I used to, but actually going underwater gives me claustrophobia. Yeah.
I don't know that you'll be able to do it then, but I would love to try it.
Yeah.
I would love to try it.
So what exactly it is, it's a tank filled with really salty water. And so
because you're more buoyant,
Yeah. So you float easily without touching anything. And I think I might have done something like this once. Now that I'm thinking back, my daughters brought me to a place in Boston for my birthday. They gave me massages and whatever. And I'm thinking I did go in something like this, but it was like a big area. It was not like a small tank.
I could do it in a small tank.
It was almost like a cave kind of thing, and I remember floating in that.
Well, have you ever had an MRI? You get inside the machine, and you can't move, and it's a small, confined space.
Yeah, and that hasn't bothered me. But I haven't been in it very long. I know some people are in them for like a very long time. getting when they get like whole body scans or whatever. But no, that didn't bother me.
I had it
So
on
maybe
my,
I'll be okay.
I had a hip thing or whatever, and they put me in the machine. And so, yeah, it was,
Did that bother you?
the hardest part was not the small space. The hardest part was sitting still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I get those itches and I got to
Of course. And as soon as they say don't touch anything,
then you got to do
touch
it. Right. So
Right.
I would love to try it. Maybe we talk about that and try to figure it out. Anyway,
Yeah.
okay. So
I
sensory deprivation taste.
Yeah, and they say there's no light, sound, or anything else for you to feel, smell, or taste.
Hot
so
dog.
it's like basically no senses, right? Okay, so it's a way to turn off your brain and reduce stress. Did you know, wait, before we go any further, did you know that if you hum, you can't think about anything?
Really? I wonder if that's why my mother-in-law hums all the time.
Do it.
No, I'm still thinking.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm not. Okay, was that really loud?
Probably. I'm going to have to adjust the volume. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have to try that. Well, that's another thing to practice and see if
Because I actually thought
that works.
Anyone with anxiety, that might be a good thing. You know how they say, see something, touch something. I'm thinking maybe if you just hum and that will make you stop thinking about anything. Okay. And you never
Maybe.
know. Okay. All right. So those are some of the ideas for biohacking or menopause symptoms. Okay. So the other thing we wanted to talk about then was we had specific ones we wanted to talk
Right.
about. Okay. So I'm just going to bring my list up so I don't forget any of them.
this is the fun part.
Okay. So we did talk about, okay. Do you want to talk about what we did this week?
Yes,
first?
I do.
Okay. Go ahead. You can start.
All right. So we decided we were going to try some spa therapies in order to perk us up and see if one particular treatment could help us feel energized and
Both energized and relaxed.
right, relaxed. So we spent an afternoon at a spa, a local spa, and we did a body wrap, a facial, and my personal favorite, we did 45 minutes in a salt cave. And that was pretty fantastic.
It was.
I think of all the treatments were great.
Yeah.
But of all the treatments, I think the salt cave was the best one.
Right. And we actually talked about maybe even getting packages and
Right.
going back on a regular basis. So if you don't know what a salt cave is, it's salt therapy. I pulled up PubMed because I was very curious to see the research behind it.
Yes.
So I pulled up an article on PubMed, and they say that salt therapy has been used for millennia, but modern salt therapy can be traced to the salt mines and caves in Europe and Russia from the early 19th century. And we just listened to something that said there was a Polish doctor that would see miners coming out of like coal mines and salt mines. And the miners coming out of the salt mines were actually extremely healthy and didn't have any of the conditions that the miners coming, obviously, from other mines
Right.
had. So, ding, ding, ding. It's like, okay, so this salt must be really good, right?
Beneficial. Yep.
Yep. So it says today, breathing in the microclimates of caves with their stable air temperature and moderate to high humidity in the presence of sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium, and the absence of airborne pollutants and pollen is called speleotherapy. But then the ones that we did, because that's like a controlled environment, is called halotherapy.
Okay.
So where they actually create the cave, the salt caves, but in a controlled environment.
Right.
And the relative humidity is like 40 to 60%. And the temperature is like normal room, I guess at 72 degrees or whatever. And the main active ingredient is NaCl aerosol particles, which penetrate all layers of the respiratory tract. So in addition to their antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties, salt particles also facilitate, now hopefully I say this right, mucociliary transport.
Sounds good to me.
Right? It's probably mucus and
Right.
right. And reduce IgE levels, immunoglobulin. I am so bad at pronouncing some things. Okay. How do you say it?
Immunoglobulin?
Yeah, immunoglobulin.
Yeah.
Okay.
In your mucous membranes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So clinical trials have confirmed that salt therapy is an effective option for relieving symptoms and improving functional parameters in sinusitis, bronchiectasis, chronic bronchitis, mild and moderate asthma, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD.
That's a big one.
Right? And so it's supposed to help with all of that. Also rinsing with a certain saline and all of that helps with that too. And actually, that's what people use like for those. Like
neti pots.
Right, the neti pot with filtered water and the saline solution.
Yeah, you better make sure that water is
because you can create worse problems than you ever had if you've got bacteria in there. So salt therapy should be recommended as a complementary therapy in patients with prolonged exposure to indoor air dampness microbiota. So they're saying mold. It helps with mold-related illnesses, which may cause damage to the respiratory mucosa. Salt therapy is safe and well tolerated. And this is from PubMed. Again, any health conditions, especially if you have respiratory tract diseases, check with your healthcare provider before doing any of these.
Yes.
But it looks very promising, though. And that's why I said when we left there, because now it's June, right? And we're outdoors anyway. But I'm thinking in the wintertime, this would be a great thing to do regularly, especially during flu and cold season, although you don't want to get anything from anyone either.
Right.
But I'm thinking because of the effect that it has in there, it probably wouldn't live in there. I don't know.
Yeah, viruses and bacteria do not tolerate salt well.
Yeah.
So typically, that's why gargling with salt water when you have a sore throat or rinsing your sinuses with safe filtered water and dissolved salt, those kinds of things. Salt has traditionally been a therapy for viral infections and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was a kid, my grandmother would go gargle with salt water.
Right. Or you're at the beach. I got a cut on my foot. Go soak it in the ocean. Yeah.
Right. Well, that's also because of the iodine too. But salt is a very powerful antiviral agent because it kills things.
Okay, so then we need to do that. Then we definitely need to buy the packages come October, November, and go through the winter and regularly to keep our sinuses clear. And
Well, I tell you, I came out of there and I felt great.
yeah, me too.
And with all the pollen and everything in the air, it irritates your respiratory system. It can give you a sore throat, it can give you a runny nose, all those kinds of things. I came out of there, I felt great. I zoned out and I felt great. And I did not know about the deep breathing.
Yeah, we didn't realize that when we went in there. So we were relaxing, and I think I fell asleep. I don't know if I snored or
You did not, but somebody else did.
I know. He was very relaxed.
Right. A couple of women in there snored too.
Yeah. But now that we know, because we've been researching it a little bit more after we did it, that you should be taking some deep breaths while you're in there to get that salt deep within your lungs.
Tissues. Yes. Very good.
Yeah, so we will definitely do that. Yeah.
I came out and I was like, wow, I feel great. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good. And even being in there was very relaxing. It was very relaxing.
And the zero gravity chairs.
You did feel like you were in a cave.
You did, yes.
Yeah.
The zero gravity chairs. I mean, being a menopausal woman, zero gravity can always be a benefit.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So you can probably find one of these salt caves in a spa near you. So just Google it.
Google it. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the first half of our biohacking episode series. And I think this is a good place to stop. And in the next episode, we're going to talk specifically about things that we've tried and a short list of supplements that we are using and a whole bunch of other fun stuff. So that's a good place for us to stop right now. Make sure you check out the next episode that's coming up, because there's going to be a ton of really great information in that.
Yeah.
And don't forget, there's going to be lots of information and links in the notes. So check out all the information. Make sure you're doing your research.
Yes, definitely. Again, educational purposes only. Check with your healthcare provider before trying any biohacking.
Yes. Science-based research is the way to go, especially when you're talking about biohacking. And so let us know in the comments what kind of biohack techniques you've used.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear from you. And yeah, I think that's it for today's episode. It's been so much fun talking about all these things, and I can't wait to get into the supplements and everything in the next episode. So
here is to our good health.
That's right. So tune in next time. We'll see you then.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Girlish Gurus. We hope you'll join us next time for more fun and inspiration. Be sure to check the description of this episode for links and information about the topic, and you can find us on our social media platforms, starting with Instagram, Facebook, and now including YouTube. You can find us by searching Girlish Gurus, and you can also check out our website, girlishgurus.com for more information on us, our projects, books, and our growing community.
And don't forget to download this episode, give it a good review, and share it with your girlfriends. We would also love to hear from you in the comments because the more interaction we get, the more episodes we can post. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.